She rolls off, pretends to sleep as he looks on.
What's
Yo.
going on? The DM Pod.
A new day, a new time.
A new dollar.
Yo, so got a lot going on in the world today. Usher. People think he's slaying it on the Super Bowl. Like had to rep a little, football. I was a Beaver, I am what I eat.
Yeah, I beat the Beavers.
Yeah. Not when I was in school. So, what do you think? What do you think about the halftime show?
I kind of had mixed feelings about it. Like, I like Usher. I mean, the show was not so. He's a performer, but there were some things about it that just seemed a little weird. But all in all, with such a big performance and as many things that's going on with it, I thought it was. I mean, I'm not going to be a hater and just sit there and be like, oh, well, that was just terrible, or that was this and that. With me being a fan of music the way I am, I find things to be better than what most people will probably look at. Like, some people will be like, that was a garbage performance, but, like, there was a lot of hit songs that, I mean, everyone likes making love in the club.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm an Usher fan, just because I grew up and he was one of the big names, when I grew up, and he had a lot of good music.
Everyone knows what happens after 7 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, on the dot in a drop top. But, so, myself, I felt kind of like it was more family-oriented halftime than what it has been in the past.
And that was good, though. That's really good.
Right. But,
I mean, I love women, but getting away from everything just being about sexualizing everything,
oh, yeah.
which he still took his shirt off, so, I mean, at
and then
least
he
the
danced.
I mean, the women were like, or whatever you want to.
Yeah, twitching.
I mean, sign me up. I'm ready.
Another thing, though, that I didn't really care for was, Alicia Keys is a married woman.
Right.
And, he was getting a little too friendly up there to a married woman. I mean, me personally, I'd have called him right after and been like, hey, bro, we got to talk face to face. Like, me and you.
Yeah. Like, we either got beef or you need to write me a real nice check.
A real big fat check, brother. So, some people say he slayed, other people said it was horrible. Me, as far as family oriented, I felt like that was good. Like, as far as, like, if children were watching, anything like that, it was a halftime show that was almost presentable. I mean...
Right, I agree with you with that. I mean, but it's kind of weird because, here we are, the guy took his shirt off. Here we are talking about how it was more presentable. But so women showing their sexuality, I mean, personally, I'd be okay. I wouldn't want my kids to watch it, but I'd be okay if the women would take their shirts off too. But
J-Lo.
Apparently...
You remember the J-Lo?
Well, no, it wasn't J-Lo. It was Michael Jackson's sister,
Who?
Janet Jackson.
There you go.
Everyone remembers the tip.
Oh, the tit slip at the Super Bowl. Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, that's no one's gonna be talking about Usher's shirt off in a couple of years, but they'll be talking about that tit for years upon years.
But dude, last year's Super Bowl, I mean, it was Eminem, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, bro, dude. How do you come out and top that? You know what I mean? So I kind of look at it like this. Usher looked at it and he was like, bro, there ain't no way to top it.
I'm just gonna do my own thing.
I'm going to do my own thing.
I thought it was good. As far as doing the own thing and the stars, I mean, there was a lot of stars. It made me go back in time and think about situations with certain songs, and I mean,
Fucking ludicrous. You see him pop out like he had a fro. That
I'm
was
surprised he didn't kneel before, freaking performing.
He did. He slid out on his knees, It was like, nah. I don't know. There was a lot of things that I seen. They kept pushing me to be a Taylor Swift fan.
You have been a Taylor Swift fan. From
day one.
He's came out and admitted
I do like Taylor Swift. I do.
It's proven that now he has a problem.
But when they force you to like her, like, okay, I counted at least 12 times during the Super Bowl where they cutscene.
Well, it's not like they can cut to Leo DiCaprio.
But when they did, he looked like he was having a good Super Bowl.
Sniff it to the limit.
Like that Wolf of Wall Street play. He took that out of life.
He's got that vitamin B problem.
Dude, so something about Leonardo DiCaprio that I heard, from some of his like co-workers and stuff, a lot of them have said, is this dude, when he goes and hooks up with a chick, and these are chicks that have talked about hooking up with him, they literally said that he puts on heavy metal, puts his headphones in, and then fucks for hours listening to heavy metal. Like, I've done that, but I've never put my headphones in. I mean,
well, some people look at, sex like an art. It's not like there's some people who go to the strip club and they're like, oh, I'm here to pay her money, see them tits, get mine, and be done. And some people will just sit there and look and be like,
what strip club have you been to? Where you?
Like, some people enjoy to sit there and watch it clap for a little while.
Man, I don't know. It's just
some
like,
people. I mean, I personally, I look at it like it's a performing art. Like, they're doing a special dance up there.
It does. It takes skills.
Right. Someone that really knows what they're doing, that can really dance, is way better than just,
But that's somebody's daughter.
Like someone larking on you. Like, are you gonna do a dance? You want to dance, honey?
That's someone's daughter up there on that pole.
Yeah. Well, this is.
Let's hear it. I want to hear the. Because me personally, I don't have nothing against it. Like, people have to make money, and ladies have to make their money, but I would not want my daughter on the pole. I wouldn't.
Well, I think we all have parts of our lives that comes at certain times. And what I mean by that is, as there's times in life when I did things that I wouldn't do now, and I grew out of it.
Right.
And you're going to make those mistakes. And when you're young and dumb and do things, I mean, I'm just going to go out on a limb, and some people ain't going to like this, but with the way society is, and it's getting with women, alright, up to about 35, the lifestyle a lot of women are living, that's all they got. After 35, if they ain't made their money and done this and done that up to 35, because you got all these women that ain't trying to get married, that don't need no man, don't need this, don't do that. So they got to do things like that and proceed themselves or get an education and work really hard because they have this mentality of they don't need a man. They don't want a man. They, we're going to be independent. And don't get me wrong, some of it's the guy's fault too, because if you ain't a good man, why would you expect a woman to want to be with you?
Right.
Like, if they're taking care of you, then why in the hell would they want to be with a man that they're having to take care of? That's just added baggage.
Right. Well, I look at it like the way that everything's gone in today's times.
Society is not, I mean, they took religion out of things, so people ain't looking at things godly no more.
Right.
So now it's just starting to get wild and getting crazy to the point of, I mean, there's people that sell drugs. What's the difference in selling drugs and stripping? And I don't see, I mean, that's just a woman's way of selling what she can do. And they can sell drugs too.
A woman could sell drugs instead of stripping.
Yeah, but a woman.
I mean, I'm not hating on strippers, bro. I'm not.
A woman can sell drugs and strip.
Right. And then they're gonna walk around, I'm boss bitch. And that's what's ruined society. That's why they pushed away from the fact that.
Well, you don't think there's guys that come out and walk around and act like they're just the shit? Like, no one touched me, no, I have no respect for no one because I'm the man, until he gets knocked the fuck out.
But
and that
I look at it like
check
this.
comes.
I look at it like this, and it says it in the Bible: God, men, woman, family.
Right.
So, it is the man's job to lead the woman to God as well as the family. So, even if he is out there selling drugs or whatever, that's not the life that God intended. Right. We all make mistakes. I agree with that.
And we're young and dumb. And that's where our talk started.
Right.
Is when you make young decisions and then you make older decisions. And so, and I've seen women that were strippers.
Right.
That have turned into good women.
Right.
Now, statistically, that don't happen to a lot of them.
Right.
There's a lot of them that life just turns around and ends up haunting them, and they don't find God until they're living on the street.
Right.
And I mean,
but a lot of the stuff that, like stripping that lifestyle, it ends up creating an addict or alcoholic or some bad habit.
Well, yeah, because when you do things that you end up realizing that you're not proud of it, then you try to get those things out of your life.
Right.
And some people use things that make them escape reality. And when you escape reality, then you're putting yourself in a situation where you're not knowing what you're exactly doing. So then you start creating even more problems and pushing problems on problems and forgetting about problems. And next thing you know, you are the problem.
Right. Well, something I heard is that it rains the hardest on people that deserve the sun. And I
I've
feel
seen
like
it.
I feel like that's a lot of people. You know, like not everybody grows up like you don't grow up as a little kid and say, "Hey, I want to be a drug addict. Hey, I want to be a stripper." I mean, some kids do, but the majority, no, they want to be what, like a fireman, somebody admirable. You know what I mean? Like something that you would look up to, that is good for the community, or that's how I grew up. You know, like a policeman. Now I'm like, fuck the police, you know, at my age. But when I was younger, I thought that was cool. Like they're out there serving the community, helping people, and I don't feel like fuck the police, but at the same time, it's like it's funny how we grow and we forget these things, but our morals still instill in us, you know. And you look back, and you know, when I was a kid, I never thought I was going to be a drug addict. I used to be in high school and see drug addicts and be like, look at this, you know, like
Right, like pointing at the guy, like,
right,
yeah, look
right.
at that.
And then
dumb
I'm
drug
right there.
addict.
I'm right there laying on a fucking riverbank, high as shit on methamphetamine, laying face, you know, sniper position, trying to kill a hog I ain't ate in a week. Like, not once did I ever think that was going to be my life.
Right.
So, for me to get out of that and to see all the back and all the bad things that I pointed out that were bad when I was growing up, to fall into that, it's like,
Oh, it's easy. It's easy to start going down a path that you don't want to be down, and then you get to the point to where you feel like that's the only way to walk.
right,
Like you see these other little ways to go, but well, this is the way I know I should go. This
Right.
is the way I know that I'll come back and I'll be safe because I know to walk this path.
you know, the easiest path is the most traveled.
And that's how you kill a deer too.
Right. But here's the thing. The easiest path might be the most traveled, but the harder path is always going to lead you to the better place.
Now, I remember wanting to be rich. That's what I wanted. What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be rich. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to figure out. I wanted to sell whatever I could sell and do whatever I needed to do and rip off whoever I wanted to rip off and get successful. And then I found that I like people.
Right.
And to like people, you can't be that person.
Right.
Because you got to step all over people to be rich and successful. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can do things and not step on people. But I got to where I like people to where I didn't want to do them dirty to get where I wanted to go.
Right.
So I'm still working on, maybe people will see me as a good person, hopefully, and then that will make it to where, they say, hey, maybe he can get successful off of his love for people, his love for God, and so maybe one day it'll all come around and be what I wanted, but
Right. And see, it's still gonna be, like we talk like this, but every step of the way there's always gonna be a path. It's gonna be the easy path or the hard path.
there's always going to be challenges. I
Right.
mean, when you pray for something, God, like when you pray for patience, God doesn't give you patience. God gives you situations where you learn patience. And so you be careful what you pray for sometimes, because you get all these different patient situations, and then you're like, "Dear Lord, I have gained that patience, and I don't want no more of that praying stuff on that patience."
Well, I mean, I look at it like if you were meant to learn that lesson, God sends it to you. And
Right.
if you have that judgment like I did towards people in high school that were on drugs, he enlightened me real quick on what it's like, after I got out of school and I seen and I did what I did. He enlightened me so much. He was like, you know what? Here you go. This is what you get for having judgment on these people. I'm gonna let you do your path, and your path's gonna lead right there to where they're at, because you didn't see all the scenes behind the scene that they went through that led them there.
Right.
You just place judgment where judgment is not your place, and it's scary, because day of judgment, bro. You think about it. God's the only one that can judge, so he's going to judge you on everything that you judged on. And
all them times you convince these women out of their panties, good luck convincing God and telling you that you was living a righteous life.
right. So that's why nowadays, I know these things, and I don't put somebody's emotions in my hand to crumble it,
Right. No one goes out trying to do things to hurt people. And I know people can get caught up in their emotions and say or do things to try to hurt people, but you should not go out try to hurt
You shouldn't
somebody.
go out of your way to place your judgment on somebody, especially if you send it in a way to that person. You know what I mean? Like,
But I mean, ain't none of us out here can throw any rocks.
no. I mean, he who is without sin may cast the first stone. And bro,
Ain't no rocks being thrown.
I'm gonna turn away. I'm gonna walk to the concession stand, whatever,
Get
I
my
mean,
popcorn.
because I can't toss that rock. They just cancel me out the party list,
Best I can do is hit a golf ball.
Hey, so the after party of the Super Bowl, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, all them, they go to the after party, and dude, you see Jason, his brother. He finds this mask that's it's like a Rey Mysterio mask, right? And he's wearing it, and he's up there by the DJ Marshmello, and he's just up there, boom, 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 in a mask.
Well, dude, he's loving life, dude. Actually, he's probably not loving life.
Right, that's what I was about to say. I was about to say, you could see the sadness from that man.
Well, he's worried because, he's about to make big changes in his life. He's about to go through a retirement from doing what he loved. And he's at a path point right now. And
Right.
he's concerned about what path he's going to take.
Right.
And, I mean...
And I feel, dude, I could feel his emotion. Like he was having fun.
Yeah, he wanted to be the one there partying because he won the Super Bowl.
And now, I mean, he's there and he's a good supporter for his brother, but also you could see the sadness that man was portraying because, like you said, I mean that was his love,
right?
And now he's figuring out that, hey, I'm about to have to retire or I'm coming back for one more season.
But he's doing a podcast. He's got a beautiful family. He's got a show that they're doing where they're videoing time with the family.
Right.
And the blessing of the football has also been, he deals with a lot of health issues from playing football that takes him away from other things that he loves, and I think some of that's what's eating at him too.
So put his shoes on. Imagine you were him, and the thing that you have revolved life around your entire life is going away just because you can't do it no more. It's not that he can't do it. It's causing so much things, and he's gonna have to leave. He's gonna have to retire. So something that's been in your life all the time and it's getting taken away. Now you have to look at those, like what you said.
Well, he's dealing with those emotions just like you do when you lose a parent and you have something that goes away, or or like you lost a job, or lost this or lost that. Anything that you lose, when you have something and you got this solid path and you're feeling good about it, and then it goes away, it really sends you on a journey sometimes, and it's not always high. Always, you don't go up, up, up all the time. Sometimes it's a rocky road.
Right.
And that's what Jesus is for, really.
Right. And that's, the world needs more. We need more of that. So, either way, keep them in your thoughts, keep them in your prayers. The Super Bowl, it was good. It was a good
I
game.
didn't get to watch it live, but it was a good game.
Right. And I'm glad the Gabe didn't win.
Oh, come on now. I got, it would have been nice if, San Francisco would have won. That way they had 1-1 against each other instead of, they got beat twice. Twice now. They got to be getting in their feelings.
And I'm going to stick with my original statement. I'm glad the Gabe did win.
Well, my thoughts on it is they need to learn how to receive a damn, why they picked to get the ball instead of kick to them. That way they could see what they had to do if they had to go on 4th down and score or not. You know what? We're gonna leave it to all these.
It's because it's scripted.
Pro coaches. So yeah,
it's
your
scripted.
script, right.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift's gonna be in the next NFL movie we make. You're right.
She'll probably be the Super Bowl next year. The Super Bowl halftime performance will probably be Taylor Swift. Watch. But
hopefully I can get in there and perform like Usher did.
I mean, Usher, baby. So, moving away from the Super Bowl, your team just got a new head football coach. He was the coach originally there.
We're talking Malvern Leopards, just in case anyone.
And he's coming back for his second stint. And I hope he does good. I mean, really.
I hope he beats Glenrose, that's for damn sure.
He might beat us next year, but I don't see it happening after that. Like, when I say Glenrose has been a dynasty, we've been a dynasty. But also, I'm supporting my Glenrose troops because we had some bad things happening, and we should really pray for Glenrose. There's a lot of things that's went down, and I just hope that everybody stays safe in our community. Everybody can get back together and bring it in, because look, a community is made of people from different ethnicities to beliefs and everything, but we all have to come together as one,
as a human,
right, and share love. It doesn't matter what kind. I prayed for Glenrose because I graduated there. I'm I'm a fan of Glen Rose. I am. But am I biased? Yes. I went there. Not everybody loves Glen Rose. But
I like Malvern.
hey, you know,
I
it is
went
what it
there.
is. It is what it is. But I'm praying for Glen Rose, you know, and hopefully everything will get fixed up and the community will rally behind it, because all this slander and hate that's being spread over this, it's like you don't need to be hating, you need to be showing love and support right now.
Well, with tragedy, you have all these different things that come up, and it would just be nice to see everyone just come together.
Right. Like how it used to be. How it used to be, bro. Used to, something tragic would happen, everybody would gather around. Everybody would support the community, you know?
Yeah, because you never know. We might have to all gather up and go to Texas here pretty soon.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Texas? I'm behind you, bro. If you need a good sharpshooter, what's up, homie? I don't ever miss.
But the way I look at it, that's a lie, by the way. Just so you know, just so you know, I've been out looking for his deer.
But I hit it.
But
Did I? Did I hit it?
yeah,
Oh, so I don't miss. I just don't always find it.
but you know, look, I don't have a problem with other people coming to our country, but I don't think we should have an open border. I think we should have it to where they come in the legal way, and that's great. I mean, if we need to make sure, I mean, you put walls around the prison because you got to keep the people that ain't doing right in there, and we need to keep the people that ain't doing right out of here.
Yeah. I'm not gonna touch that subject. I'm just gonna leave it be today, because I can go on and on about, you know, like United States has more people incarcerated per capita than any other country in the whole world, and for a free country to have more people in a pen.
Right? They're like, we made enough money off of arresting people for weed. Let's make it legal now.
Right. So, I mean, I just don't want to touch that right now. So, pray for Glen Rose. I hope y'all's new coach comes in, does good. You know, I really do.
I really do too, especially when football starts up, and I have to make sure that we go to the game and watch it.
Fishing season's coming up now.
Get that Malvern win.
You know, so how would y'all like to see a pod where we're
Fishing and talking.
I mean, I think it'd be a pretty good idea. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, it was mine, so I mean, yeah, it would be a great idea.
You know, just pack it in your pocket there. So, I want to give a shout out to everybody that listens. Thanks again, Drew. You know, we appreciate you.
Mr. Hernandez.
Mr. Hernandez. You know, there's somebody that I'm not going to say, but I appreciate your support, and we do not hate you. Love to the utmost, and we do not do anything to, you know, attack or say anything bad about you in our pod. We do love you as a person, so, and I'm not going to give the name out, but I'm sure they know who they are.
But you know, it's great to be able to come on here and have a voice and have people listen, and I appreciate it.
Right.
So if you just go to the DM pod, like and subscribe, check it out, share it, Tell your friends.
On YouTube.
Let's get some guests.
And Podbean.
And you know, let's have some fun, because we're really just trying to have a good time,
Right.
spend some time, do a little fellowship.
And see, look, here's another thing I was talking to him about is, you know, even if we don't have guests, we're still going to continue to do this, because this is something we enjoy. We love doing it. Get to spend time. Brothers get to spend time. And either way, when we pass away, if something happened to me today, my brother could go back and he could still see some of our conversations and relive that moment, you know.
And that's what's up, man.
So that's our thinking. You know, even if you don't want to be a guest, we don't have guests, I'm still going to continue to do it.
Right. Just like Malvern's going to continue to beat you.
Right. Pray for Glenrose. All right. So, thank y'all for coming to the DM pod. Like you said, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Podbean at
the DM Pod.
Right. So, like and subscribe. Thank y'all for joining us. Everybody have a blessed day.
God bless you.
And till next time.
Make a little love in the club.